This is not a video where I'm trying to sell you something or review a product. This is just something that I thought would be fun to do, show you my backpack, all my tech stuff, and what I typically bring on an airplane as my personal item. This backpack fits under the seat in front of me, carries my laptop, all my accessories, a little bit of food, a little bit of first aid, power bank, things like that. As you can see here, there's not a ton of stuff. I'll be showing you where this all goes in my bag, and for the most part, why I carry it. So in this first pouch is where I keep my first aid kit. It's a rather large first aid kit. I do have a smaller one, but I've never regretted carrying something like this. I was in Boy Scouts, and it's kind of like one of the 10 essentials, so always bring a first aid kit with you. Never regretted having band-aids on me. This little pouch I like a lot. In the front tiny pocket, I keep these JBL earbuds. I don't use them often, but I've been glad to have them in the past. In here as well, I have some chapstick. Just easy access, something that I do use fairly frequently. Never know what's gonna happen, you know what I mean? So this little black pouch has two front pockets. This tiny pocket fits my Galaxy, what are they called? Galaxy Buds Live. They're alright headphones. I use them to take calls, and that's about all I use them for. But this main pouch is usually where I put my wallet, keys, phone in. I also carry a Cliff Bar, because you never know how long the flight's gonna be or if I'm gonna get hungry. And this one in particular has 250 calories. So I also carry a flashlight. I don't like using my flashlight on my phone, and this is a pretty bright flashlight and very easy to carry. And I have a bunch of those. I actually have 4 of those, and I use them pretty frequently. Also carry this little blue pen. Some people have tactical pens, but I don't see any reason for anyone to carry some lever action pen. So in the front pouch of the backpack, I carry my Kobo Libra, I think it's called. It's my e-reader. I use it to read manga. That's pretty much it. I've tried reading regular books on it, and I do enjoy regular books, but just something about reading them, it's just like more of a manga reader to me. So this is what will keep me occupied for hours on end on a plane. And the books on here do change pretty frequently, so don't judge me based on what you're seeing now. Next up on the backpack, I have this large side pouch. This is where I keep my Anker Power Bank, a great power bank. It has, I believe, 3 USB ports, and it charges everything pretty well. It doesn't do great for like keeping my Nintendo Switch powered up while I'm using it, but it does charge all of my phones pretty well. I also carry an iPhone charger, a USB charger for my Android, and I carry a micro USB cable for charging the actual power bank itself. Also in here, I have 2 USB little power bricks. I use these usually whenever I get to my destination and I want to charge my phone or I want to charge the power bank. I probably don't necessarily need to bring these, and I'll explain why later. I got my water bottle. I got this from work. It's metal. It keeps drinks cold. I usually don't drink cold liquids, but I did notice that when I did pour cold water in there, it stays cold for a while. And this is like a little hard shell sunglasses pouch that I use. If I'm wearing my sunglasses, I'll put my regular glasses in there. It's actually a pretty good pouch, and those are prescription, so not a lot of choices in sunglasses. This little sunglass carrier also has this little Velcro pouch inside where I keep lens wipes. Keep a fair amount of these in there because, like anyone with glasses, can't stand having dirty glasses. So those are all the pouches. Now going into the main compartment of the backpack. Not many things in here. The first thing I carry is my Sony headphones, my Sony noise canceling headphones. These are one of my favorite things that I own. I would never go on an airplane without these. The noise cancellation is fantastic. I don't normally use Bluetooth with these. I carry a little auxiliary cable. So that's usually how I use this, and then I'll use this like adapter to plug it into my Android. Okay, moving on, I have a little pouch that I keep all of my like tech accessories and cables inside of. So the first thing it will go into is this little Logitech Pebble mouse. This thing's great. It has this little magnetic top that you could take off. You could change the battery, get the little USB thing, little wireless mouse. It works pretty well. I've used it a lot. I really like how compact it is and how it just fits in this bag. I also have this expandable Ethernet cable. It goes about 6 feet. I've used this a fair amount. I really do. I've actually used this a lot. I'm glad that I carry this. Otherwise, I have like this Ethernet to USB-C. I have an HDMI to USB-C. Oh, I also have this like USB to USB-C and a 32 gigabyte flash drive. I don't think I've really used that yet, but I'm glad that I do carry it because there are times where you might need it. Oh yeah, and then like an iPhone 2 auxiliary that I never use. So since I have a framework laptop, I carry a few expansion cards. I have this DisplayPort expansion card and this 1 terabyte expansion card that I usually keep photos on. I have this SD and micro SD to USB little converter. Don't use it a lot, but it's just something that it's easy to carry, so I do. So this is why I was saying earlier that I probably don't need those little USB bricks, is because I have this Anker 60-watt power brick that I use to charge my computer and my phone. It works great. It'll charge Mac, it'll charge framework. And then yeah, this expandable HDMI cable. This is about 6 feet. I've used this a lot in motels, hotels, if I want to connect my TV or my computer to my TV or something. And this is the cable that I use to charge my computers. Only thing missing in here is my little USB hub. I have like this USB-C that has like all the USB-A and things like that on it. And then last but not least in here, I have my computer bag. So this is like a quasi hard shell bag. It's pretty good. I'm glad I have it. It holds my framework, laptop, and this little laptop kickstand. So they both fit in there pretty well. This thing's cool. It didn't cost very much. Very handy. I've used it a lot when traveling, especially for work. And I'll show you what it looks like with the laptop on it in a moment. So yeah, this is the framework. It's a pretty good computer. It's a 13-inch. Framework is the best company making laptops. While that laptop may not necessarily be the best laptop I've ever had, I wouldn't want to have another, if that makes any sense. So there it is propped up. Works best if I had like an external keyboard, which I don't carry. And I also keep a tile in here. Tile is like the original AirTag, but I don't buy Apple products, so I use Tile, and it works great. All right, so here's all the things. Here's everything that I can carry onto a plane in my bag, and usually most of the things that I would carry with me if I was going on a little adventure to a coffee shop or something. So moving on to the actual bag. This is a MOLLE backpack. It's actually a pretty small backpack without the pouches. I added the cushions for the shoulder straps, and I'll show you how this looks without all of the patches on. So here's a time lapse of me removing all of the pouches, just so you can see how compact this backpack actually is. So I didn't remove the cushions, didn't feel like it, but I did end up putting these on as well. And it's made carrying this thing a lot more comfortable than just having straps. So yeah, very small backpack. With the pouches, it fits under the front seat of an airplane, no problem. Otherwise, it is a pretty small backpack. So here's a time lapse of me putting all of the pouches and accessories back on here. And one of the reasons I like these MOLLE backpacks is because I have all types of pouches. I have a pouch that holds a FM radio, so sometimes I'll go out and I want to bring my little radio and listen to the radio. I can do that. This little water bottle pouch is nice because I have other MOLLE bags and pouches and chest straps that I can, switch things on and around. And that's always fun. It's fun to be able to switch it up. Like I'll take that bag, that black bag, and put it on this chest strap that I have sometimes. It does look a little silly having these green pouches on a black bag. And I have considered getting black pouches to put on here, but this is just what I happen to have, what I've happened to have bought in the past. So black and green doesn't bother me. I don't mind the mismatch. I've got plenty of other bags that I can swap these onto, and most of my other bags are this like army green color, so it's fine. So there it is with all the pouches back on. Now I'm gonna load it all up with everything that I have taken out. So here is where I keep my first aid kit. Like I said earlier, it's a pretty big first aid kit. I could swap it for this Coleman first aid kit, which was like maybe $6 or $7. It's pretty good. It contains a razor blade, so I can't bring it onto a plane without taking the razor blade out. There go my Samsung Galaxy Buds, my headphones, my chapstick. Now I'm gonna throw in my Cliff Bar, my flashlight, my pen. This pouch is actually pretty cool because I'll throw my keys and my phones in here also when I'm traveling if I don't want to have them in my pocket. I do like this big side green pouch. It fits the Anker perfectly. and it fits everything else that I need, so that's really nice. There goes my Kobo in the front pouch. Easy access on a plane. My water bottle. Glasses are already in there. Slide my laptop bag in, my accessories, and my headphones. I don't carry a lot of stuff, but it's enough for me. And I'm pretty happy with the setup that I have. Perhaps in the future I'll make some changes. I have other bags, like my kayaking bag, my lake bag, and my carry-on. If you want to see other bag videos, let me know in the comments and I'll make some more. Cheers.